Guys, John L here. System Reboot Part 2, we're going to be taking a look at the character update for Psylocke. So we might as well just get it on this screen, but what I'm going to do is jump to her roster thing. Where is she? Oh, okay. Actually, I think she is officially the 3-star that I have the least amount of covers for. So let's jump in. I still think she has like a nice cover. My build right now is a 5-3-5. That, I don't know if I'll change that. We'll take a look. So the new Psylocke still has the same stats as the old Psylocke. They haven't done anything with her health. They haven't done anything with her colors. They haven't done anything with the amount of damage her matching does, and that's pretty standard. So let's jump into her first power. So Psylocke was kind of like Gamora, and what they are is, I would call them kind of like quick hitters. So what they do, their powers are built on being cheap, and the fact that you can kind of just do them over and over and over again. I think both Psylocke and Gamora, the 3-star versions, didn't really have cheap enough powers to really make it work. I think what they were going for was something along the lines of what Gambit kind of does now, where you're just throwing out powers, you know, every turn or two. And if you look at Psychic Knife, the big component of it is that with more strike tiles on the board, the cost drops to a minimum of 5, and I think that's the idea of what they wanted behind it. So when they initially created it at 3 covers, it did, and this is for level 203, 755 damage, just really low for a level 200 character, just, you know, all things considered. But it did throw down a 150 red strike tile if there were fewer than 3 that existed on the board. If you had 5 covers, the damage would get up to 1227, and the red strike tile was a 244. So that's better. You definitely want to have this at 5 if you're going to have, you know, anything to do with Psylocke. So what they did was they just made this power better, kind of more like what it should be, kind of respectable with the damage. So at 3 covers, it does 1480, which is roughly double the amount of damage that it used to do. They even upped the amount of damage the red strike tile does, so that's cool. And then the 5 cover version also ends up being just about double, a little bit more than double actually, of what the damage was before. So now it's 3050, and the strike tile is even a little bit more at a 294. So, you know, the idea still remains the same. Get some strike tiles up on the board, and then just start throwing out Psychic Knife a lot. Who knows if you'll really get enough reds to kind of make it worthwhile, but at least like with 3050, the damage is more or less respectable. I think it's getting really hard now, considering how much HP there are with 5-star characters and with stronger 4-star characters. 3050 damage really doesn't do a whole lot. If you think about it, you know, for 10, if you have a 4-star classic Cyclops, you can do, what, over 10,000, 15,000, I'm not quite sure what his combined forces does with that, but that's a way, way bigger amount of damage than Psychic Knife does, you know, even if you do it at a cost of 5. I know she's a 3-star, should kind of gauge it on that, but I still don't think it really works out the way they want it to be. What makes the power a little bit better is if other characters that throw down strike tiles, or if there are a lot of strike tiles on the board, then the fact that you can repeat this attack actually makes sense. But again, unless you're doing it at 5, it's still a little bit expensive at 8, so she could be okay as long as she's paired up with someone who has a lot of strike tiles, like a Blade, something like that, Old Man Logan, and who, you know, is constant, and she's constantly getting red, so... Psychic Knife is definitely better, though. It's definitely better than what it used to be. Her second power is Bewilder, and I think this is... Well, I think Psychic Knife is an equal jump, but Bewilder is definitely a big improvement on what it was before, and Bewilder just used to be a joke. So, it used to be 10 blue AP, and at 3 covers, what it would do is put down a 3-turn countdown tile that stole 15 AP from the enemy's largest color pool. So that's fantastic right there at 3 covers. At 5 covers, she would throw down a 2-turn countdown tile that would steal 19. It's not the power was bad, it's just that there's no reason to have 5 covers. One, when is the opponent ever really going to have more than 15 AP consistently? And 2, you know, the difference between 15 and 19 and a 1-turn countdown is not really justifiable. I would think it's like a waste of covers if you wanted to like bring it up to like 4 or 5. But I think at 4, maybe, well, I can't tell right now, you might have gotten like a 3-turn to a 2-turn. So there was that, but still. What they've decided to do with Bewilder, make it an 8 AP cost, and what she does now is, it's a completely different power. Psylocke studies and channels her telepathic power reaching into the minds of the enemies to disrupt their attack, creates a 3-turn blue countdown tile that steals up to 4 AP from the enemy's largest color pool and increases the strength of up to 3 random friendly attack, strike, and projectiles by 95. So they definitely redid the whole stealing AP thing, and they added a component where it buffs strike tiles, and that's nice, because I think that actually kind of gets to what they wanted Psylocke to be, someone who hits fast and does a lot of damage per hit. So this augments her Psychic Knife. So again, I feel like it's a push more towards like red power, not that like anyone was really using Psylocke for Bewilder or just using Psylocke, period. Her last power, Psykatana, remains completely the same. So this kind of reinforces what I was mentioning about her just being a cheap character to use and just kind of reuse those powers turn by turn. So it's a 6, it's black, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, 1227, and let's see, converts a basic black tile to a 294 attack tile. That's also pretty cool. This again works with all this strike tile stuff and tile augmentation stuff with Bewilder. So the idea is that, you know, you're going to be getting more and more of these strike tiles on the board, and then just doing damage through quantity of attacks versus the amount of damage per attack. So, well, yeah, I mean, the 3 cover is 755, that's the same, and the 5 cover is 1227, that's the same. Still not very good. I mean, I would probably just bring this down to 3, and, let's see what Bewilder does. So everything stays the same except for the attack tile, so I really don't know. Maybe she's a 544. 123. 181. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think it really matters. Well, I guess you definitely don't want it at 3, so... But then, 1227 damage is pretty weak. It's just another extra 500, so... Yeah, I don't know, maybe 544. So anyways, let's take her into battle. And I think Psylocke benefits from having a good team around her. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep Old Man Logan in. And we're gonna put her with Blade. 3 or 4 star works. And we gotta find her. I wonder if she's pumped up. She is pumped up, so she's probably closer to the beginning. Is she really this high? Okay, they gave her 100 levels. So again, just having anybody that throws down strike tiles is going to also help her psychic knife be cheaper. So, pairing her with someone like Old Man Logan works well also, because since her powers are so cheap, she can keep using them, which also helps him throw out more attack tiles as well, or strike tiles. Okay, let's get rid of Miles' thing right here. Okay, well, at least we have black that we can use. And that's going to drop the cost of Psychic Knife. Does it have to be a red strike tile? Yeah, red strike tile. Okay, so actually, yeah, pairing her with someone like Blade or Old Man Logan actually really does give you a nice bonus. Unless, of course, Miles just keeps on taking away your strike tiles. So this match kind of illustrates the good and the bad of Psylocke, because for being a quick hitter, we're not throwing out those powers as frequently as I think the developers thought we would, figured we would. I mean, that's kind of her bread and butter. That's what she does. That's how she's probably supposed to be built. She's definitely not strong. But the fact that it's getting difficult for us to even get 5 or 6 AP, that's really slow. For a character like Psylocke, you'd think that, you know, she would be throwing out her powers, you know, maybe once every 2 turns, 3 turns, something like that, but I feel like we're not even close to that. So we can throw out Bewilder. And oh, there's that, so we never got to see it resolve, but she's better. I would say I like what they've done with Psylocke, but I think for her to be what they really wanted her to be, she would need to be able to kind of generate her own AP, kind of like Gambit. Or at least steal red AP, or steal black AP, or not black, yeah, black AP. So maybe they should have made Bewilder where it targets those colors versus just the largest AP pool. Anyways, I feel like Psylocke's probably an improvement. I feel like it's not enough to really make it so people will be using her, even at the 3-star level. There's just still many, many, many better characters than her. But at least they're trying, I guess. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think about Psylocke. If her powers are better, worse, if she's improved or been nerfed. And, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.